Coach, it's Michael and Don. How are you today?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing all right. Any solace in the fact that you played a very good New England team right down to the end?
Not really, no. We lost a tough game. We lost 3 tough games the last outing. You know, we did some good things, but we got to finish. We got to be able to finish those.
Is that the best team you faced this year?
I mean, they were good. There were a lot of good football teams we faced. I don't know. Either somebody has a good offense or good defense. I just know we were in all of them in the fourth quarter, and we didn't get it done, but they're a good team.
Losing is a habit. Winning is a habit. So how do you finish games, Coach?
Just got to keep fighting and be smarter. You know, the good thing is we will fight, and we know we stay together and go up there and fight, but we got to be smarter in certain situations, and it's a different guy every time, and you know, sometimes it's the luck of the draw. And, you know, yesterday I thought with 2 teams playing as even as they did, they made one more play than we did at the end. We didn't make that play. They did.
Who's your quarterback on Monday?
Ryan started.
Your thought process behind that, Coach?
Well, he's a starter. He played a good ball game. Bryce is coming along. We have a lot of guys that I would like to see at some point in time next week. It's not one of those times. Those guys will get their chance.
When is that point? What do we need to see? Is it another loss? Is it a couple more games? What is that line to decide when you start to show it?
That's kind of in my head. I have a timetable for when I want to see certain guys play, but it's not just Bryce or Hack or anybody. It's got a couple guys at other positions, and to see some of the guys on offense at a lot of positions. You know, Ryan's playing well right now, and to see a lot of the wideouts and linemen, he knows more of the system to get those guys involved more, and we would have to cut that down. But there's a timetable to where we may want to see some of those guys that I'll make that decision if it comes to that.
Coach, is this decision based on the fact that Petty's not ready, or you believe that you still have a shot to make the playoffs?
Well, it's not a shot to make the playoffs. It's still a shot at winning and playing competitive football with the guy that knows the system the best, you know. And it's just that if we put him in right now, we'll limit a lot of things we're doing, and we'll take a lot of people out of the offense. And he's coming along, and he knows some things. But to just throw him to the fire, throw him to the wolves, I'd rather him get more practice time, and then when I'm ready to play him, I'll play him.
But don't you believe that your window is closing for? I mean, you want to see both of these guys, and you know, after Monday's game, there's just 4 games remaining. Is that enough to tell you whether or not these guys should be in your plans for next year?
Well, I don't have to see them all. You don't just get to play just to see what you got next year just because you've been here a year. Some guys sit on the bench for 3 or 4 years. It all depends on if those guys are ready, number one, and if you need to see them, number two. You don't just have to put guys in for the season just to take a look at them, engage them. You see them every day in practice as well, and their time will come. I don't feel pressure to just put them in there to see what I have.
Todd, there were reports when you made the decision to play Fitz against New England that you felt you'd lose the veterans on the team. Is that true?
Not at all. Not at all. Fitz was the starter going in. I said before the Rams game, if he was healthy, he was going to start. He was healthy. He started. That was all there was to it. You know, players play and coaches coach.
You know, it's interesting, Todd. I mean, it's unfortunate. Every time we talk, we go back and forth with you about this quarterback situation. But, I mean, you know what you have in Ryan Fitzpatrick. And, I mean, isn't the key to find out what you have with the – I know what you're saying about you guys see them in practice, but there's nothing like approximating playing in a game. So, I mean, isn't that the best way to see whether or not these guys are your future?
I mean, you can say that about every position, though. I know what I have with the stars in practice, but I'm not going to sit Brandon Marshall down or Matt Forte down either. I'm going to start the guys that give us a chance to win while the young guys get better. And the future doesn't mean just this year. It means next year and the year after that also. So those guys will get chances to play. Just because it's the immediate future, it doesn't mean I have to be forced to play them.
But here's what I don't understand, Coach. I mean, it's still a work in progress. It doesn't seem like he has the whole playbook down. You know, Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. He started from the first game on, and he seemed to be able to do it. I mean, Hackenberg is a 2nd-round pick in the same draft, and he's not ready to play yet?
He did, but everybody's different. You don't compare quarterbacks on different teams. Some are playing and some are not. You know, when his time comes, he'll be ready to go. I mean, Dallas made a good pick. They got a 4th-rounder. They got him to play. He's playing great football for them. Every situation is different.
But you can't compare a quarterback to other positions either. I mean, you've got Robbie Anderson. You can put him in without it being at the expense of another wide receiver. You can even take Marshall out for a play, put somebody else in. But the quarterback, when do you get better in this system? I guess that's my concern. You can't practice like you did when you played. So when does a quarterback get the chance to work with the number ones, learn the system? It just doesn't seem like there's enough practice time or enough time in the day anymore to get these guys the opportunity unless it's in a regular season game.
For the most part, yeah, but he's getting that time and he's getting first-team reps. I'm not saying he's not getting first-team reps, but Fitz is getting first-team reps also, and he's still learning, and he can go in and play if he had to play right now, and I thought he gained great confidence and great experience against the Rams, and as you play, you will get better, but now it's just not his time.
Are you disappointed with how far he's come along? I mean, this is a second-year player. He's been with you. He's been with Changaley. Is it a little disconcerting that we're sitting here going into week 13 of his second year, and you're still not sure about him?
Not at all. I'm sure about him. He just needs playing time, but now it's just not his time to play. There's not an immediate timetable for him to play because it's his second year. As the guy in front of you is playing better football as of late, and you're just coming along and you got to get your feet wet. It's just more than him. He can't come in and it be about him. It's got to be about the entire team or the entire offense, so to speak. So he doesn't need that kind of pressure.
You know, we asked a question last week, and you gave an answer that it could be interpreted in many ways. So let me just ask you directly: is there a chance that Ryan Fitzpatrick could be the quarterback next year?
I don't know. We don't get into anybody next year. We're just trying to win ball games from here. Then in the offseason, we'll deal with the things we have to deal with. To make those decisions right now, I'll be hard-pressed to say so.
You said win ball game. Do you feel that you need to win for job security?
No, I feel like we need to win because we compete, and that's why we start playing this game. I know what the job security position is when you take one of these jobs. When you play or when you coach, you know what your job security span is.
But isn't there a real thin line, Coach? And we're talking with Todd Bowles here on the Michael Kay Show. I mean, you also have to prepare for next year. The Jets need to know who their quarterback is going to be for next year. You feel that 3 or 4 games is going to be enough to evaluate both of those guys in NFL games?
I don't have to play both of those guys. If I play one of them, that'll be enough while the other one gets some experience. But I have great confidence that I can get some valuable experience if I decide to play them the last few ball games.
So just to get the, I guess, the power structure down, Todd, this is your call, correct? You decide who your starting quarterback is.
Correct.
Now, what if Mike McCagnon says, you know what, Todd, I really need to know what I have with these guys. Let's start playing them. I mean, is that a give and take, or you say absolutely not?
Well, me and Mike talk all the time, so it's not like he's kept out of the dark of all these things. Me and Mike talk all the time. We have a very good relationship, and we understand the workings of what's going on all around us, and we make decisions based on that. And Mike understands where I'm coming from, and I understand where he's coming from, and we're on the same page.
So obviously he's down with this. He's okay with you starting Fitzpatrick on Monday?
Yes.